This is Stephanie's go sign for me at the beginning of every live stream, so this signals to me it's time to go. Hey guys, and welcome to GTLive. Thank you so much for joining us today, Thursday, for an hour or two, or we'll see. This one might actually take a little bit longer because there's a lot of stuff to cover when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's. So thank you all for joining us today on this beautiful Thursday afternoon, evening. You're probably in, somewhere in Europe right now, so it's probably a lot later, because everyone complains about watching this from Europe and how late it is there, or how early in the morning, I guess it is. And if you're ready, guys, today we are talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. So, obviously, it's a game that a lot of you care about. The video that so many of you were harassing me about getting for Five Nights at Freddy's 4. The lore video finally came out at the last week. I don't even remember how long. It was Tuesday. Who knows? All the days are blending together at this point. But it came out on Tuesday. It already has like just an incredible amount of views. So clearly this is a game that you guys want to talk about, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of people you might have heard of if you're familiar with the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Today, we are lucky to have basically a lot of like the big FNAF theorists on the live stream today to talk about anything and everything FNAF that you guys have been sending in over the last couple days, right? So join me in introducing. It's kind of weird, like over digital, to be like, join me in introducing. We have Smike, who you may know from the top 10 cupcakes, top 10 facts about the cupcake, which I jokingly made fun of in my last video. We also have Ryan and Ryan from 8-Bit Gaming.
Hey guys!
And then also Razbowski and Dawko. Hey. And so and everyone is all up on the screen now. Stephanie's giving me the okay. So guys, thank you all for joining the big FNAF live stream today. This is pretty mind-blowing. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, and apparently Scott is in the chat right now. Stephanie is getting...
Oh, wow.
Scott.
Hey, Scott.
What's up, Scott?
So guys in the chat, behave yourselves. No, none of those like emoticon penises or anything like that. Now I've given you an idea, so don't do that. We will lay the ban hammer down. Stephanie's got the ban hammer right now, so we don't want to embarrass ourselves in front of Scott. Let's behave. So thank you, Scott Coffin, for joining us. If you have a Skype name, we could Skype you in. Just saying. If you want to come on the live stream right now and reveal all the secrets of FNAF, we all will step to the side and give you front and center, and you can just just give us all the information that we've missed, and I don't care. You can tell me how wrong I've been in every single theory. Like Matt Pat, you know nothing. Let me school you right now. So real quick before we hop into FNAF questions, because I'm such big fans of all you guys, and I've watched of course, in my research, all of your Five Nights at Freddy's videos, I do have a favor to ask, right? So if you guys could go down the line and actually do your intros for me, that would just make me really happy.
Okay, so does that which side are we starting from? Is it left to right?
Well, let's start in the order that I introduced you guys. So let's start with Smike.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is Mike here, and I'm here today with Matt Pat on his live stream. Thanks for having me.
I feel like I did a fairly, like in the live stream earlier this week, I feel like I did a fairly good impression of that.
Yeah.
Okay, 8-Bit Gaming. Let's do the Ryan and Ryan.
Okay. So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is other Ryan here.
There you go. That's great. Dawko, you sir.
Oh, the worst one. What's going on, guys? Dawko here. Hope you are fantastic today.
Oh, that's not the worst. Clearly, the worst one here is hello, internet. Welcome to Game Theory. And then of course, Raz, if you will, my friend.
I just need to prepare for it.
Yeah, get your vocal cords all warmed up.
Okay. Hey, everyone, Razbowski here, and today I am with Matt Pat and the rest of the Five Nights at Freddy's boys to discuss some sweet theories.
That was just as glorious as I had hoped it would be. That was incredible. Can I also say, Raz, that like you talk so fast, like you.
Yes.
If when Scott decides to no longer release Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, and you want to move on from the gaming universe, Auctioneer, my friend, Auctioneer is the way to go.
I've thought about it. I think it's because of my Scottish accent. We all talk quite quickly here. So, and then I just get excited when I'm doing the video, so it just comes out as one big ramble.
That's awesome. Well, again, thank you all for joining us, and thank you guys for submitting so you've been using the hashtag GTLive over the last couple days to submit all of your kind of fan theories, your unanswered questions, anything that you wanted us to talk about today on the live stream, and I've selected a handful here. My printer jammed halfway through printing them up, so I'm actually going to have to pull some of them up on my computer, too. I have a doc saved. But just so you guys know, in case you want to interact with the show, and the chat is going crazy fast right now. And YouTube has not instituted a slow chat feature yet. If you want to increase the odds of us being able to interact with you, any of these guys actually, tweet using the hashtag GTLive. And Steph, do we have the Twitter handles in the description of the video? Okay, so we'll get everyone's Twitter handles in the description of the video so you can tweet at them, follow them, ask them questions, and we'll talk about you guys during the show. All right? So with that being said, guys, I thought I'd start off with a hardball here. This one was submitted by Emily Risner, at Emily Risner 2 on Twitter. She wanted to know from all of us here, would you rather be killed by Purple Guy and stuffed inside of a suit, or suffer through endless nights as a night guard? Just something fun. Before we get into hardcore theorizing, I thought I would toss, a little like either or scenario here, like a super end card tournament style.
So are you gonna be killed by Purple Guy first and then stuffed, or are you gonna die while being stuffed? That's an important point.
I believe, based on the way the question was worded, it would be killed by Purple Guy and then stuffed. So you would be dead, and then your body would just be like, shoved into an animatronic suit. Or are you suffering through endless nights as a security guard? Similar to my Five Nights at Freddy's 1 theory, where I said the whole thing was purgatory before Atari minigames were even a thing.
Yeah, that was a great theory. I'd say if you... No, that's true. I'd say if, we get killed before, then maybe not. But if we get killed while being put in the suit, I'd say I'd take it, because there has been a case before where someone survived that, right? I mean, Purple Guy, he became Springtrap, so I mean, maybe there's a chance.
So you have your fingers crossed for like maybe I will possess an animatronic suit and be able to like haunt a pizzeria one day.
The night guard of every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smike's dark side's coming out here, I think.
Well, I mean, just being pragmatic, Just being pragmatic. I have to survive somehow. It's a dangerous restaurant, so gotta do whatever you gotta do. Stay alive.
How about from our Ryans? What do you guys say?
You first, Ryan.
No, you can go first at the run. Let's break the
All right, well, let's think about it. I mean, suffering as a night guard, day in and night in and night out,
better.
and then, or be killed and just let it end, but then again, you're dead. I'll just die. I'll think of these stuff. I do not want to face those guys. Screw that.
Yeah?
I'm actually really digging what Smike said. I think I'm going to have to strongly agree with Smike, actually.
Man, everyone wants to get shoved in the suit.
Yeah.
As long as we live. As long as we live.
No love for the Mike Schmitz and Jeremy Fitzgeralds of the world? Jocko, Raz, any new thoughts?
I would want to be the night guard, but I would like to be a furious night guard, like an investigator.
Okay. So you would be allowed to leave your seat.
Yeah, like I'd go up and explore and see, like, okay, so what's going on here, and try and find evidence and stuff to solve it in the actual game world.
And so I guess the follow-up question to that then is, what pizzeria or what version of the restaurant would you want to be security guard in?
I would have to be in the first one, FNAF 1.
Yeah?
I love that one. I just love the first location for some reason.
You have a sentimental attachment to it. It's like, oh, I believe, okay.
Well, it has doors, doesn't it? The first one, so
Yeah, but it's very backwards though. When the power cuts out, the doors go up.
It is pretty bizarre.
Stay down, please.
And Raz, what about you, sir?
I think I would like to be the night guard. I think I want to survive. I don't want to be stuffed inside a suit and take a 50-50 shot of being reanimated corpse. Man, I'm gonna just commit myself to trying to beat the knights, and maybe at the end of it, eventually I'll get out of it.
And what? FNAF 1, 2, 3, or 4? I guess.
2.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna see 2. It's more bright, it's colourful, and I think me and Balloon Boy would get on. So I think we could have a little party.
His
together.
cold dead.
I'm quite happy chap.
Try give me some batteries.
Extrain some batteries. Maybe he's into Pokemon cards. We can just chill. I think.
His cold
Never
dead
know.
face just staring at you the whole time. Then you have like Balloon Girl underneath the table hanging out with you too.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
great.
know what's up with that yet, do we? That's still a mystery.
Just
Still
random.
What, Balloon Girl?
Balloon
Yeah.
Girly.
Well, that-
JJ.
Yeah, can I also just say, and this is something that like I think all us FNAF theorists can kind of like relate to, the fact that all of these things, like we treat them as having like official names, but they really don't. Like JJ as the Balloon Girl, like that's just something that we came up like. Plush Trap actually has a real name at this point, right? Like, but outside of Plush Trap and like is Springtrap's name actually referenced as Springtrap in the game, or was that just something that?
I think that's just a reference to his death.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's like
Well,
a
some of
nickname,
them-
but it's...
It was
Some of
also
them,
in
I
the
think, maybe
updates,
in the
though.
game files, I think. But yeah, you're right. Like some of them.
Yeah.
Where did everyone
I mean-
get this JJ thing from anyway? Because I've
It's
heard
in the source files. When somebody encrypted the files for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the
Okay,
image
that makes more sense.
JJ.
That makes more sense. Okay.
Sorry, Scott.
But decrypting the files.
It wasn't us.
It wasn't us.
But to get back to your question, I mean, wouldn't the FNAF 4 location be the fourth one be the safest one? Because I mean, it's technically the only reason why he died is because the kids jammed him into the mouth of a Fredbear.
Well, it's not even confirmed though that one has a security guard though. You know, we don't know that FNAF 4 had any presence of a security
Yeah.
guard, so that one's kind of iffy, right?
Oh,
like that
right,
one, I don't
yeah,
know if
good
it
point,
fits.
actually. Yeah.
But going back real quick to the naming thing, I think my favorite one was I think it was Raz and Dawko actually who came up with the name. Was it you guys who came up with the name Freddles for the little Fredbear?
Oh, was that?
It was Reddit.
Reddit.
Oh, was that a Reddit
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a good name for them, though.
Yeah.
Well,
There was a debate whether to call them like Freddles, Fredlets, Fredians, and stuff like that. And Freddles was the best choice by the community. So
that's
I did a joke. Yeah, it's like you want some Freddies in your Freddies. Dog.
That's so it's just so funny how like the community and everyone watching and everyone theorizing and all that stuff has like made so many like the start of the pink guy, you know, who is the offshoot of the purple guy and this and that, like really reading into every single detail and being like, hey, let's add in all these new kind of like creations, creatures, things that, you know, I don't know if that's an official name, but there it is. We're gonna treat it like it's an official name. It's incredible. Oh, and just to throw my hat into the ring there, I think if I was allowed to try and solve the mystery, I would be from FNAF 2, the security guard. But but killed and shoved into a suit with the possibility of possessing it, I think that's pretty cool.
yeah,
So I think I'd have to go with that as a close second with who would I want to be shoved into? I think Golden Freddy or one of like the Fredbear, like one of the Golden Bears I'd like to be shoved into.
you're more special. Is that what?
Yeah, because I like shiny gold things. Because I'm more special. Okay, so here we go. So enough fun talk. Enough. Let's get down to the serious theorizing, guys. This is what all of us are known for. So let's get to it. Christina from @actuallyxj9 says, yo, MatPad, I left this comment. Okay, here we go. So maybe the purple guy is really the puppet kid's father. So this is in reference to my FNAF 4 video where I say the kid from FNAF 4, the evidence seems to indicate that he becomes the puppet or possesses the soul of the puppet. I also have an offshoot theory there where he also may be Golden Freddy, and I ask you guys to vote. But this is, so say the FNAF 4 kid becomes the puppet. maybe the purple guy is the puppet's father. I mean, purple guy kills the 4 bullies because they're the ones responsible for his child's death. And he continues on his killing spree because he's angry at Fazbear Pizza for the death of his son. Thoughts?
Now, this is something me and you theorised at the Rhyme, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've created this idea, and I think a lot of people disagreed with it, didn't they? If I remember correctly.
I'm not sure.
I mean, is it a FNAF theory? Then chances are, yes, a lot of people disagreed with it.
I think, if I recall, we spoke about, because it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense with the kid being in this establishment, and like, with the, and in 91 we see the guy in the back, the purple guy. It's almost like the father's with him, and that's why he's in this establishment all on his own. Mm-hmm. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting. It doesn't make sense. And then all of a sudden, when the kids are there, it's almost like the security guard is elsewhere. Like, he doesn't need to...
No.
Well, I don't know. It's a difficult one to talk about, really, isn't it?
I think we actually theorised about it before the game actually came out because of the purple robot in the room. It looked like the sprite from Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
And there was like a purple fan as if it was like referencing like a, I don't know, the purple guy inside there.
That's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know this is going to make me sound like really weird because this is like a really messed up theory, but I just thought about, like... if the purple guy is the...
theorised about dead children, we're all messed up.
Right? It's like living animatronics.
I saw a theory recently where it was like, maybe the game is about Scott's fears of what would happen to his children. Like, he's afraid his child might go through that, and like he had maybe nightmares or fears about that, and he's making a game where he shows, the worst thing that could happen to his child, which is, death or severe injury. Maybe he's like projecting himself into the purple guy as to what he would do to whoever, hurt his child. I don't know. This is really, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, with any, with any artistic creation, right? The creator is always going to put a piece of himself into it, right? So, and as you guys have covered, and I never really addressed it in any of my videos, but people who have a familiarity with the games and Scott's history know that. Here, hold up. There we go. Have a familiarity with the games and things like that. Know that part of Five Nights at Freddy's was inspired by a poor review that Scott had gotten on his previous game, Chipper and Sons Lumber Company, right? Where people had said, like, "Oh my gosh, Scott, all of your characters in this game look like lifeless animatronics," and so that inspired him to create a game all around lifeless animatronics. And so that's, to me, to your points, Mike, I think there's a lot to be said for, him as an artist doing... I'm getting spammed by people. That's great. Oh, here we go. Because I will block every single person here who calls me. Just so you know, I will block every single person. So don't you do it. But anyway, so I think you're totally right. I think that, every game and every artistic project, be it a YouTube video or a video game or whatever, is going to, have a piece of your inner fears or your deepest desires or whatever in there. And I think that definitely informed the creation of this game, certainly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and also he put, I think, pictures of himself in the game in, the hallway. Yeah, so maybe, there's...
That really cemented the whole connection, didn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going back to the theory that the Purple Man could be the crying child's father, one little part of the Purple Man Easter egg in the Night 2 minigame, is it? Where you can go back and actually see the Purple Man in the closet. When you actually go up to the closet as the crying child, the child actually stops crying. Now, I don't know if this is significant or if Scott hasn't rendered the tears in for that specific scene, but a lot of people have been saying that perhaps the crying child is more at ease because the Purple Man is his father. So he feels safer around him, whereas when the Purple Man isn't there, he's crying all the time because he's scared of the Fredbear and the animatronics and his brother jumping out on him or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold up. I'm dealing with all sorts of awful people right now. Here, sorry about this.
It's okay.
All right.
Can you go into tools and options and then just turn everything private so nobody can actually...
I will. Here, 1 second. I'm gonna do that in a second. Here.
Oh, can you maybe just put yourself on busy? Or,
I don't think putting yourself on busy works.
Busy will stop the calls coming through. We'll just keep
Oh, really? Is that how it works? Yeah. Oh, well then let's do that. Here.
Right now your computer is.
Here, 1 second. I'm gonna Skype online status. Wait, how do I do busy? Skype. Here we go. Do not disturb. No, that's different. Contact.
That's it. Is it do not disturb? I believe it's do not disturb.
Yeah, it's do not disturb.
Oh, really? And that. There we go. Okay.
Awesome.
Ha. Boom. Thank you guys. That was nice. Okay. So anyway, to hop back, sorry about that distraction, and everyone on the stream, thank you for being patient with that. The dangers of live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm to have your comment seen or your face read, or, maybe you wanted to hop in and call us about Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you. But that's why we have the official list of questions that we did before, just to maintain some order here. So anyway, so going back to the original question though that Christina asked, right? Do you think that the purple guy could be this kid's father? For me, I think that it brings up a good question, right? And that's something that I originally had in my FNAF 4 most recent video, but I didn't have time to really discuss in detail, which is, why is that kid there every day, right? It seems really bizarre that the child there is there every day, and it's presumably not because the brother's bringing him, right? Because the brother is hiding back at the house, so it seems like the kid must have a reason to be there, which would lead you to believe that one of his parents then, presumably his father, must work there, right? And as we see, the purple guy does work there. So that's also supported with the evidence of the mangle, or pieces of what appears to be future mangle being in the house that the FNAF 4 kids live in, right? So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do remember in FNAF 3 there was a mention of an engineer and spring lock failure.
Yes.
So could Purple Guy possibly be that engineer?
This is an interesting thing, because I don't know why I always had this crazy theory that with the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 End of Night things happens before Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because they speak about finding these vintage tapes and things like that, and then they find this Springtrap character, and these vintage tapes seem to date back further than Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just in the way it's like an introduction to a company.
Yeah.
It was very different.
Yeah,
because in FNAF 1 we didn't really see that wall either. And there's one of these interesting things is when Freddy's actually near the toilets area. There's actually a camera angle where it looks like the back room would be, which is at the end of that hallway. He seems to be facing in that direction, but we can't see what's there.
Yeah. Well, no, I was going to say, I think that the engineer theory thing, I think the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Save the minigame kind of backs that up, because he's holding like a hand crank, isn't he, as if he's going to undo the suit. So obviously he has some kind of experience undoing the suits and getting into the suits, getting out of the suits. So yeah, that could be right.
True,
This is the problem, right? Because there's a lot of debate whether Purple Man's phone guy, but I'm not gonna get hate for this, but when you actually think about it, in the FNAF 3 training tapes, it's phone guy speaking about these spring block suits, and he knows so much about it. And then in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you see Purple Man putting on the spring suit, so he knows what he's doing. And a guy called Presicle made a video about the Purple Man being the father, but because of Scott's pictures on the wall and stuff like that. But I think it could be Phone Guy's son. The reason why is because the discovery of the radio being Phone Guy, secretly Phone Guy. Mm-hmm. And Scott voicing Phone Guy, so he's got the pictures of himself on the wall, and the two sons there as well. It's Scott and two sons, and it just seems... do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, that was a theory I was going to bring up. That came to us from Elite Scarecrow Gaming, at Elite Scarecrow, who said that, do you think that it is possible that the FNAF 4 kid is the phone guy's son?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he could. Again, he could be, because Dolphus just pretty much laid it all out. But why like, he's either got to be the phone guy's son or the purple guy's son, because they're the only two people we know of in the universe, unless Scott's planning on adding another character in the background. But we've had no hints of anybody else. So storytelling wise, it would make sense for him to be one of the two. If they're both the same person, then that works out as well. But yeah, he could be. I think he's more likely. Trying to word it very carefully. In my personal opinion, I think he's more likely to be the Purple Man's son.
Okay.
My personal opinion.
And why do you say this? Do you think that because of like the purple fan, the purple robot, like all kind of like the little hints at?
There is the purple stuff in his room, and it could be any color. They could literally be any color.
Right.
But Scott has chosen purple there, and it's not because it's an easy color, an attractive color, because he could have made them easily green or more natural looking. Because the wee phone toy. We had them in the UK where there was just you got them in Toy Story as well, didn't you?
It's the white phone with the red hand. Yep.
Thing. That's what it's modelled off of, but he's made it completely purple. So it's just a little. I think it's just a hint towards him being the purple guy's son.
So to challenge that, and I think that this is a really interesting bit of evidence that, one of the things that everyone has been questioning, right, and one of the things that is a lingering piece of evidence that, again, fits in a lot of different places, but you have Phone Guy saying, Foxy was always my favorite. Yes, and now all of a sudden
we were saying,
Right, and now all of a sudden you're introduced to a character... the FNAF 4 kid's brother who is jumping out using Foxy, and so people have initially thought, that must mean that the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 brother is Phone Guy. But that being said, that wouldn't make sense because you have Phone Guy's tapes from FNAF 3 that are basically introducing people to the idea of how to use the spring-lock suits, and so if the brother was there as kind of like a younger guy, chances are he wasn't Phone Guy working at the restaurant at that time, right?
Yeah. Unless he has a very manly voice.
Right, which he might. Who knows?
Unless he's the phone dude, I suppose. If you have Phone Guy as the father, and then
I was just thinking. I was going to say,
true. Yeah.
The guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 at the start, the cool guy.
He does talk about Foxy cosplays, doesn't he, in one of the calls?
First thing he mentions, one of the first thing he mentions that stands out is a Foxy head. And he says it. I think he says it might be authentic, but he definitely references Foxy again.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Spike,
I know there's a Foxy in the closet. There's a Foxy plushie that appears when you sort of defeat Foxy, you could say. I never found out what that was about.
It's just the nightmare.
Yeah.
It's the nightmare. It's like it.
But like that thinking assuming the guy survived, and he likes Foxy because there's Foxy's plushie. Could he be? But then no, because could the Phone Guy be the kid? Not the big brother, but the little brother. Because we assume he survived, didn't he?
No, the kid. So I think I don't know, and the rest of the panel can support me on this. But I believe that the conclusion is that the FNAF 4 kid, the bite victim, dies as evidenced by the sound cue. Yeah, there's a flat line at the end of Night 6.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes. Okay.
One of the things. The whole Foxy thing is that Mangle was actually a remake of Foxy, so why is there Mangle inside the house as well? It's almost like maybe trying to give it to his wife or something as a present.
Here, honey. I got you this deadly animatronic. I love you. Yeah. So, okay. Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the Mangle, a lot of people were trying to wonder what Mangle, because Mangle's gender is still up for debate because it's pink, but it's based off of Foxy. So myself and Doco had a talk about this before, maybe because it looks like a girl's bedroom. Mm-hmm. So is Mangle just placed in there for Scott to say on one side of things that Mangle is a girl? But again, that's still up for debate.
But then everyone always has the debate that animatronics can't have a gender.
Right.
That's true.
Doesn't it?
I mean, based on all the sexualized fan art out there, I don't think it really matters. They will find a way to enjoy their animatronics.
Enjoy them.
So let's put a button in this then. Let's go down the line and decide FNAF 4 kid, son of Purple Guy or son of Phone Guy. I'm putting you guys on like this. This is it, man. This is the mega live stream here, where the FNAF theorists are coming together to come down and definitively say it's kind of like.
I'll go. He's purple guy's son.
Okay.
Yeah,
In
I
my
agree.
opinion.
Purple guy.
Okay, we have two votes for purple guy, and just to summarize, your evidence for it is the purple colors in the room, as well as what else?
Yeah.
You've got the mini game Easter egg at the end in Night 2. I think that's to show that he the purple guy in the establishment as well. I think that shows that he is the father of the child, especially because he seems a lot more at ease around him as well.
Well, also there's the fact that purple guy in FNAF 3, when you look at the flashbacks and mini games, he went back to the restaurant and he dismantled the animatronics. So maybe there's this grudge over there.